So I guess Jonathan Davenport's special Eldora car was just fine after all. We'll talk about that, plus Travis Arenz shocks high limit, David Gravel's streak ends, and Paul Silva trying more wing and aero stuff with the 57 sprint car. Let's go. It's Sunday, June 8th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. If you are a Kubota equipment owner now or you plan to be in the future, then you're going to need the myKubota app. It's an essential tool for managing your equipment efficiently and effectively. With real-time monitoring, they got maintenance reminders, there's diagnostic alerts. myKubota streamlines your operations and it helps you prevent breakdowns. You can also access helpful Kubota resources such as maintenance schedules and manuals. You can investigate fault codes, get help with step-by-step guides, and watch video resources to get the most out of your Kubota machine. And if you need parts or service, you can quickly locate the nearest dealer to your current location. Doesn't matter whether you're doing construction, you run an agricultural operation, or maybe you just use Kubota equipment around your home. Take control of your machines and streamline your workflow today with myKubota. Download the app and experience the difference. You can find the app in the Google Play or Apple App Stores. You can click the links below in the video description on YouTube or scan the QR code on your screen. I posted about this on the DIRTRACKR Facebook page yesterday, but after Jonathan Davenport led 41 of 50 laps during his Dirt Late Model Dream prelim feature, it seemed pretty clear that the special Eldora car was just fine. He told the Flow Racing guys earlier in the day on Friday that they were able to get it put back together, and he said they would have even been ready had they needed to race on Thursday. And last night in the 100-lap finale, not even starting down in 13th could stop Davenport from winning his third dream in a row and fourth overall of his career. He took the lead from Dale McDowell on lap 40 and never looked back, winning by more than 10 seconds over Bobby Pierce. JD wearing a white fire suit yesterday, and afterwards, that thing was hardly even dirty. You would have never known that he just ran 100 laps at Eldora. Pierce rebounded from a mid-race flat tire, drove all the way back to the podium, and Nick Hoffman charged from 20th to finish third. Certainly didn't pay to start up front, as everyone in the top 5 started 7th or worse on the day. Davenport was so dominant, he lapped up into the top 10, with Ricky Thornton Jr. just barely the last car on the lead lap at the end, down in 8th. Nice charge as well for Devin Moran, who needed a B-main transfer, then he went 24th to 5th. I have Eldora's special event results in the DIRTRACKR.com analytics database going back through the 2021 season. And over that span, Davenport has won 11 of 28 starts. That's a win rate of nearly 40%. He's led 637 laps in those races, with the next highest driver on that laps led list being Brandon Overton, but he's only got 234. I know it's not something we didn't already know or understand, but the numbers for Davenport at Eldora in recent seasons show just how dominant he is. That 49 team absolutely has the Rosberg track on lock. And now they'll take that car back to Batesville. They're going to put a cover on it and leave it in the corner until Eldora comes back around again in September for the World 100. And going back to earlier in the week, Josh Rice was the other prelim feature winner. A big night for him. That 11 machine has been fast for the last few weeks. He won at Brownstown against the Northern All-Stars on May 31st. He was 6th at Eldora against the Flow Series. He wins the prelim night 9th yesterday. Drop your thoughts below on the Dream Week, Jonathan Davenport, Bobby Pierce, whatever else you've got on your mind from Eldora. Going back to last Thursday, I definitely don't want to gloss over Travis Arenz shocking the sprint car world and beating high limit at 141 Speedway. He outdueled Bill Baylog there to bag $26,000 in the Race Rudine Foundation race. Arenz had never previously made a single start with either the Outlaws or High Limit, but what a way to burst onto the scene. Tanner Thorson ended up second, sneaking around Bill Baylog late with the North Pole Nightmare third on a night away from the Outlaws. Headed to Eagle this coming Tuesday, only 16 points cover the top 5 in the high limit standings. Brad Sweet now leads Rico Abreu by just 2 points, with Brent Marks, Tyler Courtney, and Aaron Reitzel in tow. This has turned into quite the battle with Sweet's issues in recent weeks. Things should be wild though on Tuesday. Eagle is a great sprint car track, and that one pays $55,000 to win. After the high limit weekend, a number of drivers scattered off to race elsewhere, and that included some with the World of Outlaws. Rico Abreu picked off the win on Friday at Plymouth, and last night it was Brad Sweet taking some outlaw money at Beaver Dam. Rico now with 8 sprint car wins in 2025, which ties him with David Gravel for the most in the country. Last night was win number 3 for Sweet, who had gone actually winless in sprint car competition since Central Arizona back in March. David Gravel's 39-race top 10 streak did finally end on Friday at Plymouth. They broke something, I believe, in the rear end, and he DNF'd. He did bounce back to a top 5 last night, even though it nearly went sideways when he tangled with the slowing lap car of Cameron Key. The DNF did help out Copevoid in the standings, but after last night, it's still 152 points to second, so don't expect that to just completely shift the championship here. The Outlaws continue their Wisconsin swing today with a stop at Angel Park. I do want to talk about Kyle Larson today as well. He ran Red Cedar and 141 with high limit, then raced Plymouth on Friday. Apparently, the plan was also supposed to include him running last night at Beaver Dam, but the Friday crash at Plymouth likely soured that appearance. While running second, it looked like the rear end came apart on the 57. Larson got into the catch fence pretty hard in turn 1. He was fine, but it looked nasty. I did think it was lame, too, that ESPN.com had a headline on Saturday about Larson being, quote, uninjured following crash in sprint car race. Now that we know ESPN pays attention to sprint cars, I'll expect there to be more regular headlines there, including good ones and when guys race, and ones not just about Kyle Larson. I've also had a few of you out there point out some more interesting things on Larson's car parts-wise. Starting at Kokomo, the top wing and front wing setups that Paul Silva has brought are a bit different. The sideboards on the nose wing actually don't match. If you look at the left side photo here, the left side one is actually just the normal rectangular one, but the right side one is actually slanted. If you remember back to your elementary school geometry, it's a rhomboid. Also, the right side sideboard on the top wing, it's not mounted square to the center foil. If you notice, the gap from the center foil to the top of the wing is actually smaller at the front than it is at the rear. So that sideboard kind of angled just a little bit there against the center foil. There are plenty of cars with higher mounted sideboards, and then the 69K is kind of the classic example of the low mounted sideboard. I'm not sure we've seen too many cars with that board kind of turned at an angle like that. It hasn't been all that amazing, though, for Larson and Silva lately. In their last 7 races since they last won, that was the Outlaw win at Jacksonville, Larson has an average finish of 10.7. That's included 2 second-place runs and 5 top 5s, but also 2 crashes. I would guess we'll see Larson again on Tuesday at Eagle, but I do not have confirmation on that, so don't quote me. Other weekend sprint car winners included Lance DeWeese and Danny Dietrich against the All-Stars at Williams Grove and Lincoln. The All-Star regulars taking a beating in those 2 events. Jordan Ryan and Cap Henry were AFCS winners. Justin Sanders won a pair at Chico, including the NARC show. Dale Blaney won at Sharon. Sam Haferteep was an ASCS winner. Logan Wagner won at Port. And Tyler Courtney just able to hold off Corey Day last night at Knoxville. There is still a lot of racing happening today, so make sure to stop by DIRTRACKR.com/watch tonight to see all of your options. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday out there. We will see you right back here tomorrow.